the time, everyone was deemed only going there for money. Every player's going there for money.
Did you get that criticism?
Oh yeah, everyone did. That was the only reason. The only reason every player joined Man City at that time was due to money. That was the only thing we was joining for.
And what was the reason?
Well, that was the reasons outside of the group.
Yeah.
But we would, like, Carlos Tevez does not need any more money. Like, didn't need any more money at that time. He was coming there because he loved football and he wanted to compete. And that inspired us.
But how was it sold to you? Like,
What we're seeing now, like literally what we're seeing.
Okay.
I met the chairman, so now I'm allowed to speak to them. I went to the hotel, met the chairman, and he's saying to me what we're seeing now, and I was like, "Oh, that seems very ambitious."
So what did he say?
Like literally the size of the club, going to dominate domestically, like so convincing, like he'd seen the future. And I was like, and he's like, over the next 10 years, we're going to dominate. Like, we're going to be the most successful team in this period. We're going to challenge. We're going to get the best players. We're going to compete. We're going to push on to Europe. And I was like, sounds unreal. That I'm not sure it's going to happen in that time frame. Like, but I definitely believe what he's saying. And literally, has gone to what he said. But he was so adamant it was happening. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive.
So Mark Hughes was the manager.
Yeah.
And how long did he manage you for?
He managed me. I think he left around Christmas time.
And you joined in the summer?
I joined in the summer, yeah. And then, again, he'd left. And it was a strange one because I think we were second. We just beat Sunderland and we had a game in hand and 3 points behind. So we could have gone like top. And then he left. And then Mancini came. And that hit the squad hard because he took a lot of shit from outside, accumulating that squad. And he defended us all, Mark Hughes. So the players had a lot of respect for him. Right. So probably more than like Mancini and Pellegrini, because he'd assembled us and he defended us and been in the front line. Whatever bullets were coming, he was shielding us away from them. So yeah, he had a lot of respect from the group as a player group. So that hit us hard.
But you must have been excited about Roberto Mancini. I mean,
No, I was more excited about like Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes had signed me. Mark Hughes had made me the guy he wanted to sign. Like, he could have signed anyone, right, and he wanted to sign me. So, like, I owed him something, and I was injured at the time as well. I just got injured, and then Mancini come in. So, but again, I wasn't gonna not give him maximum effort, but I knew straight away that relationship wasn't going to be.
Oh, why?
It was comfortable. He didn't want me. He didn't want me to.
How did you know?
Because he tried to not play me a few times. But one thing I would give him a little bit of credit for in terms of that was, if the other player didn't perform, then he would put me back in, and then I knew I had to perform. But he made me feel I had to be better than everyone in order to play, where everyone could just, if they was at a certain level, they would stay in the team, but then I had to be above that level.
How did you get on with him? What did you make of his management?
We didn't really get on because, again, I think I felt it was personal. Some of the things was personal, like, so, I'm trying to think, like, yeah, when he first covered, he'd said to someone, I can't select him because his calves are too small. It's my right calf, which is the side of my knee, which is always a little bit smaller than my left. But I was like, he didn't select me for like 3 weeks. And I'm like, granted, that's not a thing. But even if it is, tell me. I can try to make it bigger. Yeah. To the level that you need it to be. So going back to me going in to see David Moyes and telling him direct, so we know there's no miscommunication. Like, tell me. Don't tell someone else that may tell me 3 weeks after you've told them. And I've missed 3 games now because you've got this theory. Right. And I'm just like, it doesn't need to be that. Like, I am professional. Like, again, you may not want me to play in your team because I may not be good enough. I can take that, but just allow me to be professional.
You know, Huel has been a staple of my diet for some time, and I'm currently loving these Huel Daily A to Z vitamins. Tastes great, refreshing. Each can has 26 vitamins and minerals, offering 154 science-backed health benefits. reduced tiredness and fatigue, normal cognitive function, healthy skin, hair and nails, and vitamin D for immunity. This is a vitamin drink that offers everything you could need it to. So what are you waiting for? Grab it right now in Tesco stores nationwide or at Huel.com and let me know what you think.
Listen, there was things that not just for me, just the group. I just felt like the level of player he had overrid like his man management. Like he got away with a lot more because he had some top players. Top.
What do you mean?
So, like I said, in terms of his man management, it wasn't great. It wasn't ideal. Just like things that we did were based on his superstitions, which wasn't detrimental because you've got a Yaya Toure, you've got a Sergio Aguero in their prime, Vincent Kompany. They all win you the game. But when it doesn't go that well, that's when you can see it more visible. You know what I mean? So again, I think that was when he left was kind of the back of that. It was like, now lads can see, like you don't have our best interests at heart. Like Nader Manua, he didn't get on with Nader either. And his reason for not wanting to select Nader was didn't think he was quick enough. And the doctor literally had to say to him, you need to pick another reason because he's the fastest we got. Like Nader was ran for the country in 110 metre hurdles. Like he was lightning.
And the day that you walked into the Manchester City dressing room, what did you find?
Obviously I knew a lot of them. We'd been in England squads and stuff, so I knew a high percentage of them. But yeah, it felt like I wasn't then working towards a move. Even though we weren't competing for the title just of yet, the calibre of player was a little bit different. No disrespect to the Everton squad at the time, but like we were signing some of the best players in their position. At Everton, we were a group developing that, and we were very competitive. And I think City finished above us by the time I was at Everton. But in regards to the players they were signing, like Kolo Toure was an invincible. Do you know what I mean? It was like Gareth Bale was a Villa captain, and Carlos Tevez, and we were signing like players from the teams that we were trying to emulate and trying to get the level we were trying to get to. So yeah, it just felt like, okay, now I can be here and we can generally compete.
And to people outside of that bubble, when we hear that these players are on another level, what's the biggest difference? Is it like their speed of thought, or is it just professionalism?
It's everything. And it's not always everything for every player, but every player has something that is different.
Okay.
So David Silva is not the fastest player ever to play the game, but his ability to receive the ball in an area that no one else can is not even explainable. Like, he can do stuff, and obviously he must see the game at a speed that no one sees. And I had a belief. I had a different level of belief. I think that comes from playing at United or playing at Barcelona and winning stuff, Arsenal. Like, you're an invincible. It's going to give you a level of confidence that other players may not have. So, yeah, they had that, and said we all had a motivation of winning.